So thanks for talking to us, Dave. Thanks for taking the time to speak to us. Last time you did speak to us, you'd made a few signings. Since then, you've added to the squad again. Who of the new signings are you most excited to see play for you the next season?
I don't think there's just one. I think there's all of them really. You know, we had targets in mind when we first took over in February, and obviously we've targets, you know, since we've seen the league and seen what it's all about, and we've managed to be able to get, you know, all the targets that we wanted to bring into the club, which has been really pleasing because a lot of them had really good offers on the table from other clubs. Wasn't so sure we'd get them here just because of the financial aspect of what was getting thrown about, but working with, you know, 2 or 3 of them come against my old teams, yeah, we managed to get the signings over the line, and really looking forward to getting started working.
When do you start working, and when do the lads report back for pre-season training?
Report back on the 20th of June. Brought them in a week earlier this year. Obviously the league starts a little bit earlier than the Youth Stick League does, so it's a week earlier than what we're normally used to at the levels that we've been at. But yeah, we wanted to have a real good look at a near enough new squad. Obviously we've got, you know, a few from last year, but there's been quite a turnover. One that we felt was needed. But no, we've got them in early this week, which is with this year, which is important, and you know, hopefully that'll give us a slight advantage.
The pre-season matches begin with a trip to Winterton Rangers on the 3rd of July. What are the benefits of, you know, having so many pre-season games coming thick and fast? Well,
it's important that everyone gets minutes first and foremost. You know, we've managed to get a different array of fixtures in terms of the steps and the levels that we're up against. Obviously Winterton, I know the manager there quite well. So that'll be a good run out for us. Test ourselves and see what the mentality is like going to places like Winterton. Be a good pitch, so we should see a lot of the ball. So they should get decent minutes in terms of in the legs and getting some good ball retention. So that'll sort us out in the first game. And then obviously we go into them thick and fast. But yeah, we'll be looking to get at least 45 minutes into the majority of the squad in the first week or so. And then we'll look to try and cut it down a little bit, and then start to build the minutes up, and that'll go simply down to who performs the best, who we feel will slot into the right positions. But yeah, it'll be important the first few games for the players to stake down the claim.
Obviously you made, I think, is it 9 transfers now, 9 additions, something like that. Will there be any chances for the youth to come through into these friendlies and, you know, maybe stake a claim?
I'll be looking at 1 or 2 of them in the summer. Still yet to speak to Pete. Obviously real successful 18s. You know, so 21s was 1 or 2 in there, looked promising. But the level's still quite a big difference from Conference North, so National North as they call it now, to them kind of levels. So you know, we'll see how they mix in pre-season, but it's important that we get the first team players real good minutes. But there's always going to be opportunities if they're good enough to stake a claim.
Do you believe that you'll have made all your signings by that Winston game, or do you think there'll be more to come afterwards?
I'm hoping to get all my business done within the next week. We're still talking to 1 or 2. Obviously there's 2 goalkeepers there we're talking to, and 2 strikers. Delighted Ash is signed tonight. So he's been one that we've been really hoping would stay. Mopped up with the awards last year, my player of the year from my time. So really pleased we've got Ash over the line, and obviously we're looking at 1 or 2 more maybe, but I'll only normally carry a squad of 18. I don't really like having big squads. We can't afford to have a big squad, so but even if we could, you know, I'd only still like a real nucleus. Trying to get away from the loan market. I want everyone to be a Gainsborough player. There might be 1 coming in on a season-long loan, but that'll be it in terms of loans.
Obviously, are you happy with the fact that obviously Ashley signed today? You've got Nathan Jarman and Bradley Wells as well. Do you think that gives a good bit of competition for the forwards?
Absolutely, yeah. You know, we've got Jonathan Raffola, Craig King, who are attacking-minded players as well. Probably more wider areas that they'll probably come with Tom Davey. So in wide areas we've looked really strong up front. Gives us good options, and hoping to bring 1 more striker in. Speaking to 2, so hoping to bring one of them in, which will complement, you know, the 3 really well. So it gives options to go either a 3 or a 2. You know, so depending on how we go and how they complement each other, we'll dictate that. So we've got obviously Jarmo, got Wellesley obviously, and and Ash now will give us real energy, real pace about the team. So looking forward to get going.
What should the players expect, seeing as though it's their first Dave Frecklington pre-season?
It'll not be easy. It's very, very demanding. There'll be a lot of core work going in the first few sessions, but yeah, the balls will be out on day one. We're not one of them that is just going to run them ragged. Be football specific. Terry's got a real good programme worked out for them. So it'll be really, really, really tough. People that have had it before, they know how difficult it is. So getting your core work in there, making sure that they can go for the full distance, and you'll probably start seeing it kicking towards the latter part of pre-season. But everything's really well structured. We do everything professionally, and like I said, they're in for a tough one, but it'll be beneficial to them in the end.
I spoke to Nathan Stainfield the other week, and he said that it's the only ever pre-season that he's thrown up in. So that gives a little bit of an indication from the players.
Yeah, that was it's quite funny, that was, because when you see the size of him, you can see what kind of effort he puts in. Yeah, he got top side of him, to be fair, but took it on the chin, took the brunt of it off the lads, and he gets on with it, and that's the kind of characters we want. But yeah, he found it quite tough last year, so the lads just have to speak to Staino, let him know how hard it is.
We spoke to Terry, obviously, last week, I think it was, and he did keep his cards pretty close to his chest when we asked about the potential goalkeepers coming in, because obviously George Willis is now no longer at the club. Obviously, you mentioned briefly then about the two goalkeepers. Will you be bringing in both of them, or will it be one or the other? How close are we to a deal for a goalkeeper? Pretty close.
We're in talks with the goalkeeper from a professional club, trying to do it on a season-long loan deal. Still haven't dotted the I's and crossed the T's on that yet, but we're hopeful that's going to get through. I've had the nod off the manager. It's just making sure that everything's done right behind the scenes for that to happen. We're talking to two others that could come in for pre-season that we've got our eye on. So it's just making sure that they want to come in and fight for a shirt. Some might just go want to be a number one, which we can't really promise, but coming to Gainsborough Trinity, the opportunity to play at national north level, that should hopefully outweigh the offers they've got on the table. So we'll just wait and see. We should hopefully get something sorted and nailed down within the next week.
And finally, we've seen that most of the pre-season games have been confirmed. You've got the likes of League One Doncaster Rovers and newly promoted League Two side Lincoln City. How much are you looking forward to that on a personal note?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously my nephew's captain at Rotherham, so hopefully he makes an appearance. That'll be good, especially for the family. I know it's only a pre-season friendly, but no real friendlies really in our eyes. It's a competitive game. It's a game of football that we'll want to try and win and do well in, and we'll look to certain aspects of each pre-season game and try and get something out of it. So players have competition for places, so hopefully they'll be seeing the same kind of level of performance in a pre-season friendly than they would in the league game. And obviously the Lincoln City game, being a Lincoln boy, being a Lincoln City supporter, it'll be a good one to pit my wits against Danny Carley's men. But what you see is sometimes in them friendlies they probably only use two teams. But then again, I think the Lincoln game's a good game, so they might not be able to do that. I'm not sure. But yeah, other games like that, this is something what we need. And Wintertons, we've got the League Towns, Buxtons, and then you've got your professional outfits in there as well. So we've got a real good mixture in there that'll hopefully test the boys really well.
Okay, thanks, Dave.
Okay, cheers.